to Living Well. How are you guys? Tonight I'm joined by the wonderful Marsha Lindsay, founder and creator of Nobu Pilates. So really rounding out this view on living well in a way that influences body, mind and spirit. Just waiting for Marsha to join us. There she is. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm great. Totally enjoying the sunshine this beautiful evening.
Oh, I
You've had
wish
a busy day.
I was. I've been inside all day, but I will correct that tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join me, Marsha. I want to hear all about your story. So I've actually been to Nobu gym with Millie Lindsay. She used to help me with I had a wonky hip and, trying to get me back from injury.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
And Pilates has been on my life plan for a long time, but I have to tell you, my 2 reformer Pilates experiences has scared the life out of me.
Oh no, I hate hearing that.
I think I went in at the wrong level. I mean, when you're recovering from things.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got to where you are and how a neophyte like me gets on board with an amazing Pilates habit in a way that becomes, not scary. And
I get it.
Yeah,
I love that question because it's super relatable. It's something I do get asked a lot. I'll start with how I got here. So I've always been really active. Just even as a kid, I've always been into sports and fitness. My parents are very much encouraging with that sort of lifetime. So I've had it instilled in me at a young age. And then, when you get to sort of 17, 18, 19, you kind of lose your way with that and you go and discover yourself as a new young adult. Do all the fun things. And then obviously, like with most of us, we do find our way back because we all do want to look after ourselves. And it was something that was so embedded in me that I missed it for sure. So I used to be a very, very committed kickboxer, actually, because I know a lot of Pilates instructors, they have a dance or a gymnastics sort of background. And I'm not Miss Bendy, I'm the kicky one. So I did have some, just a few niggly injuries that I had to overcome in my time. And Pilates was introduced to me through finding a way of continuing to work out when you're needing to negotiate something you're going through in your body, pains and injuries, but knowing that you can do that and stay safe, right? So it's really relatable, because there's not one of us that isn't susceptible to being injured in our lives, but we still need to move and we still need to negotiate ways of finding the best way to stay safe. So that is my sort of my tagline for Pilates. I definitely have my aesthetic reasons for training, as do all of us. I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm always sort of thinking, how can I improve something that I'm doing? How can I make sure I'm not going to impact myself with injuries any further? So Pilates is really good for that. And then I would say for new starters, because this is a question that I get asked a lot and I completely get it, because it's not like the gym, right? When you walk into the gym, we all know what a treadmill is. We all know what dumbbells are.
Sure.
You walk into a Pilates studio and you're like, what's happening? What is this?
Going very fast sometimes. I mean, and there's music and it's stimulation and oh my goodness,
No, I bet it's a lot. You're right. Stimulation, it's overstimulation. It's really detailed and complex cues as well. We do less reps, but we ask for a lot of details with your positioning. So I would say for newbies, honestly, I think people think they should start with the mat work, but don't do it. The springs and Joseph Pilates, when he created the method, you were supposed to start with the full method. Get on the springs, build the strength, use the framework to understand your body and how to support it and how to move with correct balanced form. Because the idea is when you take that springs away, which is essentially the mat work, it is much harder. It's your body weight against gravity, which is harder to manage.
Okay. Yeah. So in the right pace, it's there to actually keep you safe.
100%. There's the springs and the equipment. So it's not just the reformer. You've got the chairs and the barrels, and there's actually 16 pieces of equipment that were classically created by Joseph Pilates that not a lot of people know about. And they all focus on different things, but collectively they are firstly giving you stronger abdominal connection. Secondly, improving your postural awareness. So looking at alignment of your shoulders, hips, knees, and those details, but also really strengthening the body to do anything else in life. So whether you're somebody that, you know, goes to the gym and lifts heavy weights, or, you know, you're a mum that's carrying your child on the same arm all the time, we're looking at like, how can we balance and improve your musculature all over the body.
Fascinating. Okay, so someone like me shouldn't head straight for the glue factory.
Someone like you and everybody needs to come to Pilates, and I'm really sorry you've had that experience. I hope that you give us a chance over here.
I think it's also, I was a competitive athlete, so I have my wonky bits because I was a sprint hurdler and did lots of track and field, you know, at university and things. And I think it's just been that thing of, it sounds like it's a very complete workout, and probably it's exactly that kind of attention to detail that will actually help me become fully functioning again. So I'm gonna probably book in with a one-on-one with you and get over this little thing in my head.
Let's just
now, you mentioned aesthetics, Marsha. Tell me about that. Have you seen an explosion in the Pilates scene in context of, I mean, you can't really escape the body beautiful on Instagram, right? Everybody wants the right kind of lean dancer like body. Do you find that makes your classes, you know, difficult? Like, you know, is it people who don't necessarily want to work out for the kind of the sport of it almost?
I love that question as well. Yeah, I really honor those things, because there's not one person on this planet that doesn't have an aesthetic goal, and that's okay. That's okay. And when I get a new client, you know, sometimes it is more focused on that. I don't necessarily have to tell them, you know, maybe we shouldn't focus on that, and we focus on that little hip thing that you've got going on, because it happens naturally. So I 100% honor it. I work with people, what they want to do and what they want to achieve is on them, and I will deliver that. But what I do really enjoy about Pilates is watching the evolution of how the client changes what they perceive they need from a session. So Pilates, of course, is going to tone the body. It gives you that beautiful sort of more long, lean, less bulky muscle, although I feel that's another topic. But what I love is that maybe someone who came in with, I really want like cut abs, then I say, well, let's work out. And then I notice this left ankle over here is a little bit weaker, and we start strengthening that. And I see that shoulder is a little off place. And we start just working out and going on a consistent journey 2-3 times a week. That one, you're getting results from anyway because you're exercising and moving. But two, you're reasoning for like actually more longevity and prescribed reasons for your own body changes and evolves. So it's a very natural thing that happens in Pilates, and I've really enjoyed witness happening for each individual client.
Amazing. And then in terms of, I guess, your kind of holistic approach to wellness, you obviously seem to have the exercising box ticked. What else do you do to look after yourself? What's your approach to self-care?
Oh my God, it's obsessive.
Is it? Tell me everything.
Okay, so my workouts alone, because this is something that people are always interested in, because, you know, the question pops up is, can I just do Pilates? I'm not really going to give a definite answer on what anyone should do individually, because it's different for each body. But for me, I train in the gym with weights 3 days a week. I spin nearly every morning, 5 to 6 days a week. And I do my,
I do my Pilates. Or how do you do that?
I have a Peloton, but I also have a studio that's near me in Battersea. It's called Boom Cycle. Love it. Been going there for about 5 years. So I have and I walk to work actually from Battersea into Marylebone.
So do you have a single day off, or you're working out every single? I do
try and have like one full day off, but if I'm honest with you, like fitness has become a mental wellness with me, somewhere that I'm really proud of the brand I've created, but it takes a lot of energy, and I struggle to switch off for excited reasons. I can have ideas at 2 a.m, but it's like
I can relate.
So it, you know, exercise has become a place that my walk to work, I can listen to a podcast and maybe not think about my emails. Like Boom Cycle, I'm getting fit, but it's somewhere that I can literally just think about music and just have a bit of fun. So there's definitely a mental wellness factor to that.
You like active relaxation?
I really do.
I'm the same.
I really
I got a
do.
bit nutty lying by a pool on a lounger. That's just not the holiday for me. I've worked that out now, which is kind of like,
But it's
but I get rest in
good.
different ways. So I like to hike. I like to be in nature. I like to be in water.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm also, I'm into my nutrition for sure.
Yeah.
I try not to be too hard on myself because I really enjoy naughty things. Like I love sweet things. I've got the worst sweet tooth. So Monday to Friday, I am super, super clean. Saturday and Sunday, let's not talk to me. I'm doing what I want to do because
Courageous lot, 80/20. I think that's pretty good, right? I mean,
yeah.
so when you sort of focus on your nutrition, what are your priorities? If you did top three, is it protein
Mm.
intake? Is it getting lots of colorful fruit and veggies? Like what are your priorities?
Both of
Mm,
those things. Definitely
mm.
protein intake. I'm somebody who works out and I do like to build my muscles, so that's important to me. But then also energy wise, I need to know that I'm kind of sustained on a daily basis because hour to hour I'm running onto something new. I
Yeah.
struggled initially where I would be like, oh, I didn't eat lunch. And then I just realized how silly that was. I was really sort of fading by like 3, 4 o'clock. So I do make sure I know what I'm eating the day before to just cut any nonsense. And I know what time I'm eating. So I'm really rigid on
Wow.
that just because I know I'm time poor with work. And that's made such a difference. Like I'm definitely sustaining like my work hours a lot better and like a lot more focused. So that's good for me. But yeah, I'm someone from a young age that my dad would, even at like 4 or 5 years old, have like the kids' version of vitamins like laid out in the morning. So I'm really good with my supplements and just making sure all the right stuff is going in. I know everybody's got different opinions on supplements. What's your opinions on supplements?
I mean, from a sort of historical point of view in the clinic, I do give patients advice on supporting, I guess. I mean, I believe in a holistic approach to skin health, and
Ah,
people want that information. So basic things like vitamin D, being on a good fish oil for barrier health,
yeah,
that sort of thing, and then I fine tune it depending on what I'm treating.
love that.
I mean, personally, I've definitely started taking more supplementation. I've been doing some functional medicine work and
Amazing.
just, just a kind of my gut health hasn't been 100%. So I've been working on that. So
Hmm.
I think I've probably developed a more open mind to the need for it. I just,
Yeah,
as a physician, I prefer to do it in a way that's trackable. I don't like just taking supplements without knowing where I started and where I'm going to. So
definitely.
monitoring, I think, and doing it in a scientific way, because you can spend so much money
So
and
much.
really not know where you are or whether genuinely you feel any better. And it's all for this kind of nebulous thing in the future. You're
Mm,
trying to stave off issues. So I
yeah,
would say I'm a healthy skeptic who's willing to embrace.
I
How's
love that.
that?
Yeah, obsessed with you. Yeah,
What about you?
definitely.
So what in terms of supplementation then, what do you take
Um,
or what do you?
I take B12.
Yeah.
I definitely take like the A, B, C's, and then I take iron because I've had some hair issues. Actually, I won't go into too much details, but
We can have a
one
chat. I think
we can have a
that
chat. Yeah.
totally.
One of the things that happens when I have had COVID, I've had it twice, is I don't have any symptoms, but I get long COVID and I lose the hair here.
Okay.
So I've been having PRP and I had a DNA test and it said iron was something that I needed, as well as two other things. So I made sure that I've got a really good high strength iron that I'm taking each day,
Okay.
magnesium, and oh God, I feel like there's
And
loads
is
now.
that
I'm
for
saying
sleep, Marsha?
yes,
Is it the magnesium? Yeah. I
it
mean, I'm a
is.
terrible sleeper too. It sounds like we can compare notes on that as
Oh
well.
my God, I'm
And is it the
horrendous.
switching off thing or is it waking up?
It's the I can get to sleep quite easily, but I'm probably asleep for about 2.5, 3 hours before my mind is whirring with things. So I am working hard on
It's a
that.
nightmare,
I am.
isn't it? That's the thing. And you need your sleep to perform the next day. That whole internal dialogue that happens at 3 o'clock in the
So
morning.
it's
Yeah, no, I know it
not
well.
just me. Okay.
I don't know a driven, ambitious person who doesn't have challenges with sleep, if I'm honest. Like it's such a
Yeah.
common topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, meditation for me definitely helps when I had the discipline to do it.
Mm.
Boom, boom, boom. But the problem is, of course, you become busy, stressed, stop sleeping, you haven't got time in the morning,
Yeah.
and then the whole thing goes to pot. So I was talking to Gillian Lavender, who trained me in Vedic meditation last week
Oh,
on our
nice.
live. And, you know, even the phone call the week in advance just to catch up with her was like, oh my gosh, I better get back on it again. I didn't tell her that though. I didn't. She's watching now and wagging her finger at the screen. But anyway.
Yeah, and it's something I'm working on, trying to find methods and ways to help me stay asleep. That's my problem. I can get to sleep, I can't stay asleep. But I just do make sure I schedule more breaks now, like actually have holidays where the phone isn't coming with me at all. And
hard though, right? It's really, really hard.
It's so hard. Yeah, other wellness things. Do you know, have you tried the lymphatic drainage boots?
No, I have heard of them. I have not yet tried them. I've tried cryotherapy. I think I saw in one of the articles about you that you like that too. I think that's amazing. I love cold. Like I really, I can just feel myself revitalizing. So yeah, I love cold therapy. But those boots I've not tried. Are they worth it?
I love them. So you sort of strap yourselves into like some big, they look like massive stockings that come up to your sort of upper thigh. And once you plug it in, it goes through a sequence of using air compression to sort of squish and get the blood flow and lymphatic drainage going. 15 to 30 minutes. I do it daily. I've actually ended up buying them because they had them at my gym before, and I was like, I can't do this. I need it daily. I don't want to wait. But I find that really helps.
You have very sluggish circulation, Marsha. I mean,
do you know what? I'm aware though that because I'm so active, it actually just helps with the muscle tension a little bit. Okay. So especially my legs, walking to work, spinning every day. I mean, they need. I stretch, I roll, and then this as well. I feel like I barely have DOMs, and I do put that down to that a little bit.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, all right. So diet's pretty good. What is your indulgence day? I used the word naughty to Sarah Macklin. She kind of told me off, and it's fair enough. The language of good, bad is not. You know, we're all here to. You know, you live mostly a healthy life, and then you enjoy.
Yeah.
The good stuff, because that's a balanced life, right? So what's your self-indulgent day? What is the restaurant like? What kind of food do you eat?
Okay. So if I'm at home, I am gonna order Jamaican food or Nando's. I like it. I love a slice of cheesecake afterwards. And
I do love a slice of cheesecake myself. Can't deny.
And as the sun is coming up a little bit at the moment, I've got a really nice balcony. It's just rude not to have a glass of rosé on it. If I'm going out, there's so many restaurants that I like. I don't even want to put Nobu on there because Nobu is delicious, but it feels healthy. So if I'm going to be naughty,
yeah,
where am I going?
Pasta.
I feel like I just want to do carbs and just have lots of different, like I want to have pasta. I need to have lots of people around me so we can all have different
and be quite jolly and share. Yeah,
that's what I want. What about you?
I mean, I've never met a crispy potato I don't like. And I do love a great steak. I'm quite carnivorous, but really good pasta. I think I enjoy any cuisine really done well. So I could happily, not eat clean all the week. But no, I'm pretty good when I'm at home. I'm quite good with mostly veggies and healthy sort of source of protein.
And I also sort of crave getting back onto once I've indulged, I'm like, okay,
yes,
I can feel all of that sugar running through my system. I actually quite crave getting back onto
out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, amazing. Yeah. And in terms of your skin health, then, do you have a particular philosophy, Marsha?
I'm on a journey with that. Like I'm still exploring what's working for me. I can get obsessed with it, but actually it's really good that I'm speaking to you because I feel like I'm exploring different products and like, okay, that doesn't work, but I don't know what the why is. What I am feeling though is definitely my skin's changing, like in texture. Even the way my makeup sits on it isn't quite the same as maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it's just different. Like I'm drier here and I've got I was less oily, which I used to hate, which now I wish I could have back. Or but I have high pigmentation, so I was told about my sort of lack of SPF, and I've improved that in the last sort of 18 months and stuff. But I'm still somebody who is like out there trying different bits and trying to understand what my skin's saying, but also honoring that will change with time again.
For sure. Oh, well, sounds like I can send you like a little parcel.
No, I'm very excited. And when we meet in person, like, expect that I'm going to train you Pilates, and equally, I've got a lot of questions for you.
Amazing. Well, that's how it works. Quid pro quo for sure. Now tell me what a perfect day not working looks like for you.
Oh, great question. Well, I do always have some exercise in the day. Like, I have one day off, but I probably just enjoy doing exercise where I'm not rushing to a timeline. So I like to go to the gym and take my time with it, and then have a nice like sauna if you've got the extra time, infrared sauna afterwards.
Amazing.
Then once I've cleared my home admin, because we've all got it, like work takes over and then the stuff at home is still there, I definitely like to like meet up with friends and family, and be active. So where like our favorite thing is like to choose a location on the weekend and like drive out somewhere new, or like look at a new restaurant. But London as well, it's got so many things that I haven't discovered. Do you know what I mean? Like, I stick to the same areas, so we did also all say like, let's maybe stay in London and discover that a bit. So definitely hanging out, and then bubble baths. Oh my god, I can stay in a bath for ages. Like, I've been known to have a bath, empty it, and then start again because I was like, that wasn't long enough.
What's your star sign?
I'm an Aries.
Aries. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So
Yeah.
like it's with people, it's
Mm,
connection, it's a bit of exercise, but nothing too stressful. And it's
definitely. And
just
then I like to wind down the day, maybe not hearing my voice because I speak a lot. In the bath, just chilling.
and in terms of like doing classes then, I mean, are you a natural extrovert, would you say? Do you enjoy being front and center and leading a
Oh,
group in that way?
gosh, I've never been asked that before, though I am aware of it. I definitely think most people are a mixture of both. Just sort of depends where you land on the scale. And I lean more towards introvert actually, though I have an extrovert in me when I'm passionate about something. So Pilates is something that I live and breathe and absolutely adore. So when you ask me to speak about it, that's why I light up and I can
That takes
perform that,
over.
for example.
Hmm.
Yeah. And it's not just a performance. I'm really in a group class like with you, and I hope people do feel that, like, it doesn't matter that there's 10 people, like there's going to be that moment of connection with us. But I actually would say I'm naturally more sort of solitary, but I can do both. Does that make sense? I've got that duality. What about yourself?
I'm certainly an extroverted introvert. But
Mm,
I love, we've just done a series of like skin tours around the country where we went and
mm,
did, influencer events and consumer events, and I love it. I'm so present and
yeah.
just love
Mm,
sharing,
mm,
quality information where people have been confused or let down in the past.
yeah.
But afterwards, I have to retreat into a dark
Yeah.
room to recover, and I think that's how
Yeah.
because it takes energy from me. For some
Yeah.
people, they would just be able to go straight to the bar and carry on and just chat.
Yeah.
But
No,
it
I
doesn't
agree.
make me enjoy it less,
Yeah.
if almost I kind of enjoy the kind of duality of being kind of quiet alone,
Yeah.
recharging, and then being, you know
I agree.
out
I'm definitely
there.
both things. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Anything else to talk about in terms of Pilates? What do you think are the biggest health benefits? I mean, obviously the physical,
Mm,
you see beautiful,
mm,
gorgeous,
mm.
sculpted physique, but
Yeah.
do you think it gives people a sense of confidence in their bodies to be strong and everything's
Mm.
very coordinated?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's really empowering that, um, Pilates are giving you strength, mobility, and flexibility. It's hitting all of those corners.
Mm,
And we've all got different reasons why we want to stay fit and be fit. We've all got different things that are happening in our body, but I think the common goal of Pilates is to get that overall balance, strength, flexibility, mobility to make everything else better. I think one of my favorite things about Pilates, and definitely, like I said, I honor it, there's an aesthetic side for sure, and it definitely makes my gym workout more powerful, and it for sure makes me more aware of my form to reduce like the chance of getting injured. But I
mm,
genuinely think of Marsha when she's 60 years old or 70-year old. I want to know that I've still got the upright posture. I can still like bend over to pick my handbag off the floor. I can still twist around to get something off a back shelf. Like, I want to be able to move correctly forever. And it is just proven that Pilates is, once you're consistent with it, is going to keep you that way. Joseph Pilates actually has a famous quote, and I hope I don't butcher it. So a 30-year-old can have a spine that is inflexible, but that makes them 60. A 60-year-old can have a spine that is flexible, and that makes them 30. And basically, it's just the understanding that you've got to stay moving, stay mobile to stay young. However mobile your spine is how young you actually are. Does that make sense?
No, it totally does. I'm definitely somebody that when stressed tends to stop breathing and then everything gets stuck. And I'm really, I do a lot of strength training, and that's really helped me in my sort of rehabilitation journey, getting back to fitness. My shoulder froze as well, and I rolled my ankle all during COVID. And it was literally like, what bit of me is not wonky? Do you know what I mean? So it has been quite a long journey getting back to fitness, and I'm almost there, but still quite tentative in my body of anything that is unpredictable. At least with strength training, you're not in a rush to do anything. So I guess
100%.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I prefer when you're tentative, because there are those as well who just throw them. I like someone who does a risk assessment. I'm like, great, because I'm on that journey with you. Let's just take small steps over time. That's better for me.
Yes, for sure. Okay, because you can't really. How many people are in your classes typically?
So our group class studio has 10, and that really is the max that I would do, because I still want people to have a bit of personal attention. It's a lot on all of the instructors to manage that and make sure they're giving everybody attention as well as safety, But it works really well, and that's why my team are, honestly, I'm their biggest fans. That they're so fantastic, they're so personable, but their skill set is incredible. It's just not just their knowledge on the body and how to move in Pilates, but it is that managing to coordinate 10 people doing the same thing and making sure that everyone stays safe. I'm like, I'm blessed. I'm extremely blessed.
Listen, congratulations on building an amazing brand. It's phenomenal, and the association with Nobu speaks volumes for the caliber of your practice and your team. It's lovely to hear you speak so warmly about them as well, right? You can't do these. You can't do these things alone, right?
True. I can't. And Nobu have been the most incredible brand to that they've taken a shot on me, and I know we've done each other proud in what we've built, and they're such an amazing global brand. I'm so proud to be part of it, really.
And are you involved in other Nobu Pilates entities outside of the UK?
No,
or is that something in the pipeline?
This is the first ever Nobu Pilates that's ever existed. Let's just say I feel like we've landed on the blueprint and watch this space,
A little stint in Ibiza might be nice, no?
Oh, did you know something that might be coming up?
I'm just imagining. I mean, sort of balance out the yin. It's.
We're going to have a little conversation, because you just landed on something that's coming I think you just did my first teaser. So there we go. Something's happening there, yeah.
It's not something in my belly. What can I tell you? Well, listen, I really, really look forward to meeting you in person. It's been fantastic to chat to you tonight. And I think you've inspired a lot of people to go find their local Pilates studio.
Thank you for choosing me to come on live with you. I really, really appreciate it, and I've had such a nice time.
Fantastic. All right, well, listen, enjoy that glass of rosé if today's your off day. Otherwise, I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for joining us, guys. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.